testing that this is working.
Short coats and very kind of basic things you've seen before, but beautiful interiors. I line a lot of my yokes. These are my new labels since I moved out of New York. So they just say made in USA now instead of New York. There's some that are cool. I use these 1930s or 50s double pleated here. These ones are riveted up. Usually you'll see these with like box stitches. And the original ones you would slit those stitches for the winter, so you'd have an extra inch of fabric on each side, so you could layer up underneath and wear them working throughout the whole year, and then you'd sew them back up in the spring or in the summer. So that's like kind of where those chest pleats come from. In the 1800s, they do 3, 4, 5 pleats. Like there's so many, and I think with jeans, you'll see the ones with the big cinches on the back too. And it's because like nobody was buying jeans in the 1800s. You'd show up to work and you would put them on over your pants. And so if you showed up late, you just grabbed whatever one and cinched the hell out of them. And that was just what it was. They were waist overalls. Like they weren't fashion until the 1915 or 1920s. Like this, I made a bunch of these trying to nail this down. This is like a 1900s Levi's reference I saw in a book somewhere. And I traded one of these for a couple tattoos here right when I moved to town. But I love, like, I think now I'm at the point where, yeah, I can see a picture in a book and I like the story and I like the references and I can pretty much put it together. And then this is, I think, my favorite thing I'm making now. So it's just got a single pleat down the sides. I use a 1940s 42 stitch bar tack to hold these together. Really, really basic. I love a duck canvas. It was one of like the original fabrics that was so inspiring to me to get into sewing. It's a little bit harder to make your stitches look beautiful on a canvas. For whatever reason, I think that the needle chooses one way or the other. So I have to press really carefully. But I'm happy to pass these around or leave them up here for you guys to totally, beat up or check out. And I can answer any questions.
What's the inside of that logo?
Beautiful. There's nothing out of place. Yeah. The only difference is your felt seams have one stitch because I still do basically single needle construction, even though I have all those other machines. I have no, what do they call them, operator machines. It's like a feet off the arm or some of those felling machines that sort of do a lot of the functions. Waistband machines. If I could find one, I'm going to get one, but I'd still do 90% of my stuff is on a Singer 241, which is the best single needle sewing machine ever made. I started with a Juki DDL. I think that's everyone's first industrial sewing machine. I still have mine. It's like so precious to me. But yeah, I have this 1940s Singer. There's no reverse on it, but I've got it on like a big electric motor, and it feels like I've got this like hot rod with like a Tesla engine, and it's like I've been sewing on it every single day for probably 7 years, and I've never skipped a stitch. Like it's crazy. And I sew like some of these seams are pretty gnarly. Like I do a felled inseam onto the like whatever that's 16 layers of denim, which is awesome. I should. There are 2 machines. My bar tack machine, when a needle breaks and like hits me in the cheek, yeah, for 6 months I'm wearing like my eyeglasses, and then I get confident again and stop. But yeah, bar tack machine, and then a keyhole buttonhole machine, which you guys have ever seen. They call it a Reese 101. It's like this big green. It's got to be 150 pounds, and it emulates a hand stitch buttonhole. Like it's the most beautiful.
Do you have one on the table?
All my buttonholes are done with that. So, and with jeans, yeah, all it does is it does this nice little stitch, and then it has like a nice little round at the end, and the whole machine sort of moves, and it needs all this space. It's got 3 belts on it. You have to oil it every single day. It's like, it's a beast. But that's.
What are the snaps that you used on the chains?
I do. All my buttons are from YKK, either in New York or YKK Japan.
Are all your flies butterflies?
I do exclusively button fly. So I've done zipper flies. There are some people who really fight me on it, and I'll do it for them. Through selling jeans, the zippers can break, and I feel like a button really can't. Once or twice a button just popped off something for some reason, and I can just put a new one back on there, and it's great. If a zipper breaks, I'm just gonna make a new pair of jeans. Like, it's such a hassle to redo, especially for jeans. I feel like people just treat them so horribly that I'm too afraid to do. I love like vintage Talon zippers and stuff. Like, they're really amazing, but the ones that I can get my hands on, I just can't trust them enough. But and the buttons I do, the ones I get in Japan are awesome. They're like, they have these laurel leaves on them. They're very like from World War II. So I have them done in like this polished finish and then like a iron sort of rustic one. So I've got them in 2 sizes.
Let's see those jeans.
Please. These ones are a little weirder. Like a lined waistband, some green bar tacks.
How many like machines do you use for like a basic pair of jeans that you make? Like the first one you showed, like how many machines touches that pair?
2, 3, 4, 5. So single needle machine, shell stitch machine, bar tack, buttonholer, chain stitch, and then I have a double needle lock stitch for like pocket tops and stuff. It gives me more trouble than it's worth. So when I have that set up, a 6th, which saves me a single minute.
Does the shell machine, like, do you have like an extra big spool of thread? I mean, or does it hold more than one?
I think it definitely goes through. It's 3 cones.
Right.
And so it goes through thread a lot faster than a regular overlock machine would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is funny. All it is, it's a Marrow machine, and so they have every style of stitch, and they're really not that different. I think it just pivots differently, but it is just an overlock stitch that is cooler. There was a guy in Oakland named Roy who made jeans that was like an inspiration of mine forever, and he quit and just sold everything like 5 years ago. And he was known for using a shell stitch, and so I always had that thing on my shelf, like, I could never use this. And then when he sold this stuff, I was like, I'm the shell stitch guy. You want a shell? I'm him.
What's this little green tack?
Called a bar tack. So it's 42 stitches, and it stitches back and forth, and then a super tight zigzag.
Do you use the green just so you can? It's easier if you double check, or is that your little?
That one,
little
that's probably the
thing?
only green bar tack I've ever done on that pair. I thought it was kind of a cool, seemed vintage. I see people do it in red, which seems a little too flashy for me. The beauty of like slow making stuff is like I probably made that decision in the moment, like as the jeans spoke to me. It felt like it wanted a green bar tack.
Had you made green jeans? Is that why you had green thread?
I do. I have green canvas, same canvas in green, which is it's the hardest thread to match, because then I use a really thick, I use a Tex 80 thread for all my stuff, which is harder to find. And that thread, it's a little brighter than the fabric, so I can't even use it for it.
What size needle do you need?
They're all different. So like the Union Special has their own system. So like that's an 18 or a 20 gauge needle. I can't even tell you for what my Singer needles are. Yeah, I think it's always 18 / whatever. So 18 size, which is fun.
She wants to know what your guys'
I've tried. I taught a couple people how to make jeans. I tried. Ryan, who owns Rexco, he came to my house. We like cut out a jacket. It's been 6 months. We're still not done with it. He's got 2 kids. I have a 4-month-old right now, and it's like, try as I might, I just don't. I don't have time, and I also don't like people using my machines. It's like in the corner, I can hear him behind me, and I'm just like, why are you fighting it, dude? Come on, like be. And I'm just particular. Especially now, I've either rebuilt or replaced a bunch of parts in every machine I have, which is, I'm just too particular about them now.
Are your bar tackers adjustable at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Is it just like levers?
the one I have, yeah, it's like a butterfly screw and a. I like adjustable machines. Even my keyhole machine is adjustable. Bite between stitches, length, tail length. I can turn the keyhole off, which is awesome. They're
It's
just
all
hard.
mechanically adjustable.
Yeah, they say adjustable, and what they mean is like pick the whole machine up and unscrew all these parts, and then it's adjustable. The bar tack machine is pretty easy, and that's I could do length and then bite, so I can get that one up to maybe 5/8 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, and then down to 1/4 inch, which is really cool.
How'd you run your 42 hole? Or is that just